Hi guys, it's Lily,
In there.
and we just kind of wanted to check in with you guys because it's been a few months. So 4 months ago we got pregnant. It ended in a miscarriage, and then we got pregnant again. Unfortunately, that pregnancy ended in an ectopic. So do you want to kind of explain what an ectopic is?
Yeah, so an ectopic is basically when the embryo implants anywhere outside of the uterus, and hers happened to implant in the fallopian tube, which I think they said like 90% of them implant there. That it in itself was a lot. We've just recently dealt with. It started off with us going in, checking our numbers, what they call beta testing. To see, basically it kind of gives them an idea where to gauge the pregnancy, like how it's doing number wise. And they say they want you to increase at least 66%, but they like the numbers to actually double. So hers were kind of on the low side, but they were still moving the way they wanted to, so they were still kind of optimistic about it. One day she had bleeding, which scared the hell out of us, of course. We called our doctor right away. She said some bleeding is normal. We don't know unless we get you in here to check some things out. So we were supposed to go in that Monday. We wasn't able to go in until Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, which I believe we were at 6 weeks.
Yes.
That's normally when you're able to see the baby's heartbeat in a sac, or just how do you say it? The yolk in the sac.
Yeah, you should see like the fetus.
Basically at 6 weeks. So we were going in for the ultrasound. We were still a little, scared because of the blood and everything, which had stopped, but we went in for the ultrasound, and that's when they told us that it actually had implanted in the tube. So now it's kind of like, well, it was hard to find at first. They had to like press on it.
Yeah, one of the techs, because it was an internal ultrasound, so they have like this wand thing that goes into your vagina where they can see everything from the inside. So someone was holding that, and then another tech was on top of me pressing down on my left side, like my left hip. When they did that, then they were able to see the pregnancy, and that was in the wrong area. So after that, we had an appointment with our doctor right away, and she decided to put us on a shot, which is like a chemo. It's called, what is it?
Methotrexate.
I can never say it. So we were supposed to come in the next day, and that would basically stop the cells from dividing, stop the baby from growing, and terminate the pregnancy, which was really upsetting, and it was just crazy that we were dealing with that. But we came in the next day ready to take the shot. It takes an hour to mix, just like any chemotherapy, which is crazy to even think of the shot as that, but it is in that family. We decided to go get an ice cream. Well, they got ice cream. I don't like dairy. We came back, and I was in the worst pain ever. I don't know why, but I was like, let me just go to the bathroom. I gotta shit. I was trying, like, I didn't know what the pain was. And when I came back to the waiting room, I was in the worst pain. Janae was like, I'm getting you in right now. So she went to the receptionist, and they just rushed me in. And by that time, I couldn't sit. I couldn't stand.
It escalated very quickly.
So quick. Like, it was unbelievable. They rushed me right to the OR. And that surgery, they took the baby out, but then they also removed my fallopian tube as well. They did find some internal bleeding that had happened, because everything just happened quick. We didn't even think it was to that point. And the scary thing with ectopic is you can lose your life. So when I was in the operating room, I had like nurses that were like prepping me, promising me that I was going to make it through, and they were going to do everything they could, and it was just super scary. What was it like for you?
Yeah, I don't think it was as scary, for you, but it was really just like watching a movie. Like, you see all the movies, and like the patients and the families and the family members just standing there just like trying to figure out like what's what. I'm like, you think you really, really want a baby, and then you realize, I don't want to lose you in the process of doing that. So that's kind of how my mind was working at that time. It was just like, she's my best friend. Like, I can't lose her. And then the doctor came down and talked to me after and said, she's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. And even when they were, and she was right before she went into the emergency room, the nurse came over to me and she's like, listen, I don't mean to be an ass, but we do this all the time. She's gonna be fine, which made me feel comforted. They were like great. They didn't just ignore me. You know what I mean? They were just attentive to me too, because I was just like really freaking out. The surgery was probably about like 2 hours maybe. And then they came down, and you know, she's great. And then I asked them, because they said that they could either remove it and it will be okay, or have to remove the tube, have to remove her ovary, or do a hysterectomy. Those were like all the options, you know what I mean? So when they finally came back and talked to me, and I asked them, I was like, well, did she lose a tube? And they was like, yeah, you know, we had to take the tube. The doctor later told me like there was no benefit to leaving the tube in there, so they just took it. You know what I mean? You can still get pregnant with one tube.
So I have one tube.
She has one tube, but you can still get pregnant with one tube. So she has a follow-up coming up
tomorrow,
and
you know, our doctor really wants us to go the IVF route, and hopefully the insurance will see that. Like, I have one fallopian tube now. We're kind of tired of fighting. Like, it's been a battle. We've been trying to have a baby for 6 years now. So again, hopefully the insurance sees this. They see my chances decreased, and they just push us onto IVF because I'm tired. Really tired. But yeah, we just wanted to check in with you guys and just let you know what's going on. I know there are people out there that are going through the same thing, and they don't really have a face to go with it. Do you know what I mean? So just know, like, we're there with you. There's also a group on Facebook called Ectopic Pregnancies. It's a closed group. Join them. They are awesome. She just got her hair done. They are awesome though, and any question you have, they are like so willing to answer, and they're all going through the same thing.
It's not as easy as some people make it look. I know you probably have friends who probably have 4, 5, 6, 7 babies, and they just make it look so easy, and we just want to let you know it's not easy for everyone. Even people who technically don't have any issues, even though, you know, she has PCOS, but to them that's not really a big deal, you know. I just want to let people know, like, it's hard. It's
not easy,
especially when you lack the main ingredient. That kind of sucks too. But
we have the main ingredient. We buy it. Okay, we don't need a man.
Cheaper.
Cheaper. But yeah, so we just wanted to, you know, reconnect, and we love all the messages you guys leave, and it's just it feels nice to know, like, you know, we're right there with you guys, and you guys are like friends to us. So
any questions, of course,
leave them below. Okay guys, so we will see you next time. Hopefully it's with better news, but love you guys.